Hey YouTube, this is Brad in Fort Worth, Texas. Want to do a video on the B&T APC 10 millimeter. Um, Sorry, my lighting is not good. I apologize for that. So hopefully this video comes out okay. See, B&T. This is a 10 millimeter. I believe they make a 9 millimeter and a 45. They might even make a 40 caliber as well, but I went with the 10 millimeter. The suppressor has not come in yet. One thing I will say, or that is kind of a pain in the ass, is that so getting parts from B&T, a lot of things are not in stock. You have to wait, a lot of waiting times, even for just simple stuff. Um, the people, I guess the B&T representatives, they're, I think, in Tampa, Florida. And so a lot of the responses I get from them is, they're waiting on stuff from Switzerland because that's where the firearm is made. I went with B&T over the CMMG because of, to me, the build quality on the B&T was just a lot better. The gun feels so solid. I'm not sure what the weight is. Compared to the CMMG, that almost just kind of felt like a toy. As far as the recoil on, I wish I would have. I may end up getting a CMMG just to do a video comparison and then probably sell it. I don't know, but that the CMMG, I think that was the Banshee. It just feels real light, which is cool. It just feels kind of a toyish to me. The B&T, it's heavy. It's extremely solid. Um, Recoil, I could not tell the difference, and I know this uses a different, maybe a direct blowback. CMMG, and there's some other brand, maybe the Dakota. I think there's a couple brands now. They use that kind of roller delayed system, which if I had a real light gun like that CMMG, I would probably want that as opposed to the direct blowback. But due to the weight of the gun, I didn't notice any difference in recoil from the CMMG 10 mil to the B&T 10 millimeter. But I'm extremely happy I went with this. And also, I have seen some videos out there. I think B&T, they make a couple of other models. This is the APC, which this is what I would recommend because of the charging handle does not reciprocate. And so I think I did see a video on maybe it's a GHM9 or something like that, where the charging handle or the handle reciprocates, which would really be shitty because it's not like you have a lot of room here on the grip or front part of the frame or the lower receiver. Well, I guess it's really the frame, probably the upper, I guess. But yeah, there's not a lot of room to grip, so that would suck to have a charging handle that reciprocates. Because I'm sure if you weren't paying attention, yeah, I think it would probably get you pretty good. So my recommendation: go with the APC models because the charging handles do not reciprocate, and they offer the same kind of braces. It'll come with a tube, and then you just buy. This is, I think, the telescoping brace, and all that stuff. I think it was probably close to like $700 time it's all said and done. So yeah, it's definitely not a cheap gun by any means. I think I probably paid around 2,500. Went with the EOTech red dot and the magnifier, so that's going to add at least another 1,000 plus 700 on the brace, and the suppressor was around 1,000. So I went with the B&T suppressor. You could find something. It's a tri-lug mount. I'm sure you could find a different brand or something that would go on there. I just for this particular gun, and also I'll do a video on the SIG, which I have to pick that up later this week. I finally got the approval on the Form 4s and all that. I went with the SIG Sauer, the 277. It's the SBR 13-inch barrel with a suppressor. And now I'm just trying to find the scope, what kind of scope I want to go on the SIG. But as soon as I get the 277 Fury and the SIG, I'll do a video on that. So I should have that later this week. But for now, B&T, I can't say enough about this one. I've never purchased or owned a B&T before this one. The quality is amazing. I mean, the weight, it feels extremely sturdy and extremely durable. So shooting it is a blast. It's extremely accurate. Of course, I go to an indoor range here in the Fort Worth area, and 25 yards is all you can do. But I mean, yeah, you can hit holes inside of holes nonstop at 25 yards. So, of course, the optic helps quite a bit with that. But very accurate. Recoil is extremely manageable. I compare it to let's see, some of the handguns like the Lemcat 10mm. That gun's really nice too. Very nice gun. I have an FN 10mm, the FN 510. Shooting that 10mm, I think is kind of a pain in the ass. Of course, I do have a suppressor for that, which makes it smooth, super smooth, really nice to shoot. But and I'll do some of those videos. I've kind of been doing more of the high-end 2011 type kind of competition guns, and even though I'm not a competition shooter, I do this just for shits and giggles. But yeah, B&T is great. All in all, you can get less expensive optics and things like that, but no, it's super sweet. This is probably one of my favorite guns out of everything that I have. And yeah, it's just really nice, guys. Can't really say enough about it. Let me see. Oh, another thing, I'm waiting on the B&T magazines, the 30-round magazines, of course, like I said, with the suppressor, the magazines. You just have to wait on shit, and sucks. And it's been maybe close to 3 months since just waiting on the magazine. So yeah, there is a little bit of a hiccup with supply. But what you can do, the B&T, at least the APC 10, I don't know if all models are like this, they do accept Glock magazines, which is kind of cool. So, and it'll come with like a 15-round Glock magazine. So what I did is I went with the Chris Vector magazines, a 30, or excuse me, it's just 30, 32 plus 1, so 32 or 33 rounds. I think 32 in the magazine plus 1 in the chamber. But these magazines are great. They're perfect. They work extremely well with the B&T. Again, this is the Chris Vector magazine, the 33 round. And yeah, these have been perfect. So I couldn't find, or either some Glock magazines I was looking at. I don't know. There was something about them for some reason I couldn't get. And basically all this is it's a Glock magazine, the top part, and it's just this extension that's the Chris Vector. So I don't know. I'm sure you can take this thing apart. I probably won't now since I have it kind of halfway full of ammo, and the springs it has a lot of tension on it. But yeah, I'm assuming if you had any, what was this, 14 round, 15 round Glock magazine, that you could, maybe if you could just buy the extension part of the Chris Vector just to save you some money. I just went ahead and bought it all in one. So, yeah, these are good. I've probably put maybe 600, no more than 600 rounds through this. No issues with feeding or anything like that out of the Chris magazine or well, it's a Glock magazine with the Chris extension. I should clarify. Um, let's see what else. Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's pretty sweet. I really love this. Safeties on both sides. Hopefully the lighting is okay and y'all can see this. But yeah, if you're thinking about a small little personal pistol caliber weapon, man, B&T pretty sweet. I probably would have gotten the H&K if they made it in a 10 millimeter. I just didn't want something, just because a 9 millimeter and a handgun to me it's extremely manageable as it is. Recoil is super minimal. So to get a 9 millimeter and a larger gun, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the recoil is probably none, but I just kind of wanted something with a little more pop to it. And I do like 10 millimeter. I will say I do love that round, and I love just the different kinds of ammunition that you can use for a 10 millimeter. Like here's some. So yeah, like this, for instance, or for example, 10 millimeter Liberty Ammunition makes this. This is a 60 grain, so super light, but 2,400 feet per second. That's fucking moving. And I think that's out of a 5-inch. This is an 8-inch barrel, I believe, or 7.5. Maybe. It's probably about 8 inches. So yeah, they make several different kinds of 10 millimeter ammo, which I do like having those options and having something that's a larger projectile, and it moving at, even if it was moving at 2,000 feet per second, that is fucking hauling ass for coming out of a small firearm. I debated a little bit going with a 300 blackout in this kind of size, but yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of the 10 millimeter. I've got some other rifles too, so I don't. Maybe some people can give me some insight on this, because I don't know anyone that has a 300 blackout, even though it's extremely popular right now. It seems. I guess I just can't figure out the application for the 300 blackout. Yeah, I don't know. I have to do it. That'll just be a whole separate topic, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet setup. Looks good. There's a place kind of here in the Dallas Fort Worth area called Vulcan Machine Works, and I sent off a Staccato probably about 2.5 months ago, kind of tricking that thing out some as far as the grips, doing different grips. I'll do a video on that. It should be ready here pretty soon. Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how that one looks. Vulcan Machine Works. I think they're actually in Plano, but they do some pretty cool stuff. And kind of what was funny is that I was actually been talking to them about, because they'll do like a tiger stripe Cerakote. They have some different coatings on their website, really cool looking shit. And I was gonna do this tiger coat, Cerakote kind of finish on just the upper. And what's funny is that I just saw SIG. I think maybe that SIG Rattler, smaller kind of gun like this. That they're selling now one with that same tiger stripe. I think the one Vulcan does is a little bit better tiger stripe. There maybe just be a little bit more color kind of infused, or not infused, but however they do it. But it looks really cool. It almost made me want to get that Sig Rattler just to have that kind of coating, because I thought that was pretty interesting that I've been going back and forth with Vulcan Machine Works for a couple of months, that, and then now Sig comes out with the same exact pattern on a firearm that they're doing, which is pretty cool. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get bored and have some kind of coating put on this, but yeah, I can't say enough. It's a cool gun. Definitely recommend. It's pretty sweet. So check it out, and y'all be safe.